The first thing is that you never want to use her name negatively. So always use her name positively. So when she's in trouble, when you do need to tell her no, refrain from using her name. Reason being is because her name should be a command to focus on you. Sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Good girl. I always say if you were to teach your dog one thing, it should be focus. You know, if you always had her focus, you could get her to do anything, and you can prevent her from doing anything. If she was sitting there focused on you the whole time when we walked in, she wouldn't be jumping up. So focus goes so far, and it's really overlooked. So in order to get her focus, always, she has to know it's going to be a positive thing the second that she looks down. Yes. The second that you call her name. So I use the name interchangeably with like leave it. If she's getting into something over here, it's just human nature to be like, or when she was just over there, Josie, don't do that over there. But if you say her name positively, like say it right now.
Josie, Josie. Hey,
good girl, that was pretty good even with the treats. She's like over at me, like jumping up on me. You would naturally probably be like, Josie, stop that. But kind of switching your tone and Josie, hi, yes. She's like, oh, something better over here. So it goes really far. I use it with everything. If you're about to tell her, leave it off, sit, yes. So name only positive. That's going to be super important on walks because getting her focus is going to be crucial. So the next rule of mine is that redirection is key to shaping behavior. And that means that behind every single bad behavior, there's a reason behind it. And a lot of times we don't think about what the reason is. It's just off, get down, don't do that, then we get what we want and we go on with it. In order to curb a behavior, off, sit, yes. You always have to redirect to what's right. So right here, she's jumping up because she wants the treats, she wants attention. You have to think about why. What would I rather have her do instead? Because that feeling, that need behind why she's doing it isn't just gonna go away when you say, no, get down. Right. It's like, how else do I tell you I want your attention, I want the treat? So how about sitting in front of me? So this is an exercise you can do with the jumping. Okay, so here's an exercise that I'm gonna do. I want her to make the right decision right away. So if she jumps up first and I have to tell her off and redirect her to sit, yes, all she gets is praise. If she makes the right decision right away, then she gets the treat. If she gets the treat either way, there's no motivation to control herself completely right away. She's like, whether I jump up then sit or sit immediately, I still get a treat. Hi! Hi! Yes! Good girl. Try again. Hi! Excuse me? That was a double no, huh? Yes! There's a good sit. Hi! Hey! Hi! Yes! Good girl. Have you heard of clicker training?
Yeah.
So like you tell the dog to sit, she sits, you click the device and give her a treat. I really like the idea of clicker training for weaning off of treats, but the actual clicker is super annoying and inconvenient to have to carry around. So instead of an actual clicker, I use a clicker word. And it's the word yes, do you hear me saying? Mm-hmm. Just so it doesn't go overlooked when she is doing the right thing. Yes! Good girl! Point of the clicker word, or clicker training, yes, is to be able to wean off of treats and for the dog to still know that they're doing the right thing. But so many people, they get to a point like they use treats in the beginning of training. Have you guys used a lot of treats?
Yeah, we've done treats.
Totally fine. I'm all for treats, treats, treats. Like make her think her name means a treat, make her think everything means a treat, and then you can wean off of them. But you have to wean off of them in the right way or you're gonna have the issue, yes, of she's only going to listen to you if you're holding a treat. You can't just quit them cold turkey and expect her to still do it. But it's like, yes, you did exactly what I asked you to do. We'll go so far, especially out on the walks when she is like focusing on you or doing the right thing, to not be like, good, every single second be giving her a treat. It goes really far. The other thing that I love it for is prolonging focus and holding positions, which she could definitely use. So I'll tell her, sit, yes. Good. I said sit, yes immediately, and then gave the treat. That was 6 seconds, which is really good because before training, dogs usually have an attention span of like 2 to 3 seconds. So you practice that. It's really fun to do just to try to prolong that focus. Like I've had people be able to work up to like 30 minutes. Like sit, yes, eat a meal, do whatever, then go back to the dog and give them a treat. The rule of thumb with teaching that is to set the dog up for success. So like if 6 seconds was too hard, don't keep exhausting that. You want to increase if she gets it, decrease if she doesn't. Last golden rule of mine is so important, especially with this breed, to make sure that they're listening to you the first time every single time, and that's to never repeat a command. Have you heard that before? On average, an owner will say a command 3 to 5 times. If I say sit 3 times before she sits, the next time that I tell her to sit, she's gonna think I don't have to sit until I'm told 3 times, or let's see how many times they'll say it before they just give up. You want her to know, I'm gonna say something once, and I mean it. As long as you still have her focus, all it takes is patience and reinforcing the hand gesture. Puppy push-ups is something I really like to do to practice that. She has really good sit. Yes. Down. Yes. Up. Or you can say sit. Have you guys tried this at all?
No.
It's really hard for dogs. Yes, there you go. To get up from that down position, but it's so fun for them, and it's really good brain work. Down. Yes. Up. Yes. All it really takes is patience, reinforce that hand gesture. If you lose her focus, then I use like a kissy sound, just going to try to refocus her. Or you can repeat her name. As long as you're persistent with it, it will click. So you have to follow through with it every single time you ask her to do something. You're better off telling her to do something once a week, saying it once, following through with it every single time, than trying to work for like an hour every single time. Do you guys have any questions on that? I know it's a lot of information right away, but it's just crucial for everything we do. So the next thing we'll do is we'll teach you a wait. So the ultimate test is after I give a treat, does she go straight back to that, or will she stay at me? So if she goes straight back to it, she's not ready to move forward. Yes! Then we move forward. See that look at that, and then like, okay, to get there, I know I need to look up here. Yes! Good girl. Okay, move forward. I know it's really hard. Ready? This is the last one. Josie. Yes. Good girl. So I'm gonna give her a treat for looking at me. Yes. Okay, go get it. And that's when you want her to go and get it though, like when she doesn't even care to. We're gonna use the same approach when she's being introduced to people out on the street too. It's going to be when she doesn't even want to go and see that person. If someone comes up and is like, oh, what a cute dog, it's gonna get her attention just like that treat did. She's gonna be pulling. And how to curb that is you first either tell the person, wait a second, ignore the person and just shift your focus onto her. If you do that, they usually won't care. So say like hi to her right now.
Hi, can I say hi to your dog?
Yes, 1 second. Josie! You want to shift her focus off of you. Yes. Okay, go say hi. See how she doesn't even care at this point? Yes. Sit. Yes. So you almost want it to be like a command to go and say hi. And don't worry, she's not gonna lose her friendliness. She's going to be just as excited, but it keeps it very controlled. That's more if somebody actually does wanna say hi to her, because if you think about it like this, when she's sitting in front of you, she's at full self-control. When she sees somebody coming towards her, like wanting to pet her, her excitement builds. Right. The more excited a dog gets, the further from self-control they are. So she's like, oh my gosh, that person is coming to me, when maybe they're not even. She probably just thinks everybody's coming to say hi to her. And then if somebody actually is like, oh, can I say hi? Her excitement level's up here. So if she goes right there when she's focused on that person, her excitement level's gonna be up here, her self-control is down here, and she's gonna probably jump on that person. Try to ensure that she doesn't jump and that it's a very nice greeting. What we're doing right there is like, oh, she's getting really excited to go to that person, calling her back down here first, then going and saying hello. And if we teach her to stay in this range, she'll teach herself to stay in that range. So now we're gonna teach her wait out the door. So this will be super good for her, just like self-control in general. This is the command for wait, and it's going to mean wait a second, and then on my release word, you can go. So different than a stay. Stay should be, you stay here, I'm gonna go and do something, and then I'm gonna come back to you. So you shouldn't, during training, use like a stay and come, because then the dog's like on edge. You know, they're like, oh, when am I gonna get called to come? Whereas you want her to think, oh, I'm staying here, I better lay down, I better get comfortable, I'm gonna be here for a while. Going out the door is gonna be a wait, because she's gonna get to go with. So if she's not going, then it's a stay. When we teach the wait, we teach it like a stay. The goal is going to be to open the door completely, and she stays sitting, and then on our release word, she gets to come out. But she's not going to be able to do that right away, so we have to build it in little pieces for her. So I'd start getting her to sit in the same place each time, because she's like on edge. Ancy, I'm gonna give her a treat, keep her focus here. I'm gonna tell her wait. I'm gonna take one step back to her. Yes, and this is just while teaching the wait, remember. It's just letting her know, like, yes, this is exactly what wait is. It's doing nothing. Wait. So the door handle was too much, so I'm going to decrease what I do now. Wait. Good, and the fidgety stuff, we can be more strict with later on. You have to let those things go in the beginning just so she understands what she's doing. Wait. Yes! The reset is super important too, because you just want her to know, like, the second you get up and move towards the door, you didn't do it right. Sit. Yes. Wait. Her lip is like caught on her tooth. Yes. She's actually doing something already that's pretty advanced, is when I'm doing this in her face, is looking to me. She was like going between the door to me, which usually when we first do this, they're so focused out the door and are just waiting for your command. But the goal would be, you know, the door's open and she's just staring at you, waiting for your release word. Sit. Yes. Wait. Go. Yes. Sit. Yeah. And you know what would actually be good for her, just seeing how like intense, like pulling she already is doing this when you guys aren't going outside, to just desensitize her of going out the door.
Right.
You know, if one day she really has to go out, or she really has to go to the bathroom, whatever, and you're just rushing outside, don't even ask her to do it then. Like, you don't have the time to follow through with it. So many people would do that like 3 times and she would just go, and then on the 3rd time she's like, oh, forget it. What would be more important is to say the go, like right here. Like, wait, go. And then open it all the way and you can go, so that she understands it's on your command word. Like, not when the door's all the way open. It doesn't matter where the door is. It doesn't matter if the door's open for 5 minutes. Obviously, we would have to build up to that. I really think, though, this is going to help a ton doing this before you even go out. Super important with her, too, is a sit right after the go. Because this is exactly, Josie, sit. Yes. That's what happens with dogs once they know the wait. It's like, wait, wait, go means free for all, and it's back to square one, you know, just like her pulling. So you want her to know wait is for her to stay with you mentally. So it means you can exit out of the door, but then you're still focused with me. The goal with this would be for her to sit automatically, because right now, if I were to ask her to do the sit on her own, it would take her a long time to snap back. What would be really good is if we didn't even start going until she wasn't so focused down there. And that seems impossible right now, but it just takes time. And directing her to be present here. Every single time you see a person, she hears a noise, anything, I always tell people, like, don't trust her. So, like, don't trust her when she does get alert about something. The longer that she gets alert about it, the harder it is to break. So the second that it goes up, call her back to you, and then you can let her mind go. So it's not like you have to just be like, hi, robot dog, look at me, that's all you get to do in life. It's just the matter of being able to get that focus, then letting her mind go, because boxers are really prone to like zoning in on things. There's a lot that I work with that have like reactivity issues, and it's from pure excitement, just like, let me at the dog. Now it's like, who cares, she's just friendly, but the older a dog gets and the longer that you let them zone in on those kinds of things, the harder and harder it is to break that natural instinct.
I try to call her like closer, like call her name
Yeah.
when I see her ears perk up, because that's how I know that she's starting to focus in
Right.
on something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of difficult when you're walking and there's all these things going on.
And you can't control the distance. Right. So first thing I would do is get a special treat that you use for just walks.
Okay.
And what you can do is literally be like, Josie, put the treat to her nose and turn her to make her snap out of it. Like
Right,
literally,
okay.
even if it's just hot dogs, like tiny little pieces, you know, like one hot dog per walk or half a hot dog cut up in the tiniest pieces because they're so smelly. Just something that's more motivating to first, like use whatever you can to make her not care about the world first.